what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in to Shonae's Law. I am your host, Shonae, and today we're going to be talking about 7 things that people don't tell you about being grown. Of course, in this day and age, people expect you to know everything, how to get it done, how to solve it, but sometimes life doesn't always prepare you for these things. So we're going to address that today in this video. Generation Z, you all can thank me later. We're just going to jump right in, okay? Number 7, paperwork accumulates. Now, mind you, once you graduate or even before you graduate, you got your FAFSA information that you got to keep up with, any scholarships that you've earned, and then once you get to college, you got to keep up with your dorm work paper room, your class scheduling, your part-time job, your work study, whatever the case may be. You got to keep up with this paperwork to be able to have it easily accessible. Also, when you're on your own and you become an adult, you're going to have to keep up with your birth certificate, your social security card, passports, and any other vital paperwork that you're going to need in adulthood. This is all going to be up to you now. And let's not forget, as time progresses, you graduate, or even if you get a full-time job, even while in school, there's going to be a 401k plan. You got to keep up with that. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to keep up with and keep them organized when you need them. People don't tell you this. You just kind of naturally find it out the hard way. And this also includes your job employment. Even with the jobs, guess what? You're also going to be accumulating check stubs. Now, granted, most of those are still electronic, but every now and then, depending on the type of job that you have and depending on how up to par they are with the 2019 technology, some people are still giving out paper stubs because you don't get direct deposits, especially if you're part-time. You've got to keep up with that. Because lo and behold, what if something happens to your W-2? You've got to keep up with this. And this also goes along with any other necessary documents that you may have, and be it passwords, any HRAs, login passwords, to not only your employment, but other things that you're going to start doing as you get older. Even, your cell phone bill, your internet bill, all these companies that you're going to be working with and having bills on, you're going to have to keep up with that stuff too, all right? Number 6. School does not prepare you for adulthood. Now, yes, there are some courses that have nutrition and adult living, but there are not a lot of courses basically on the mainstream that are going to teach you how to be an adult, how to be grown. You're going to learn a lot of this stuff the hard way, unfortunately. Now, of course, you're going to be able to use skills that you learned in school in terms of regurgitation and exercise and memory skills, but it doesn't really help you to prepare for adulthood. And of course, I'm a huge advocate for education. I'm all about college, trade school, certifications. I'm all about earning skills that'll pay your bills. I'm all about that. But at the same time, I want people to understand that school is not going to prepare you to be a productive and efficient adult. That's going to come from time, experience, and effort. Now, yes, these courses can help you obtain a higher education, to obtain a job and a skill set so it's going to take for you to get a nice income coming in, but it's not going to be the level of personal experience that you're going to gain until you actually have to go through it. So basically, in essence, a lot of life lessons are going to be taught when you graduate high school and not necessarily when you are in school. Moving on. Number 5. You grow apart from friends. As life changes, people drift apart. You're no longer that close anymore. You don't get to spend time together. You don't really hang out. People ain't texting and posting on social media like they used to. It happens. Sometimes it's natural growth. You're in different areas in life. Some people go off to college. Some people stay in the city. Some people are stagnant. And then some people are feeling bad because they don't know what they want yet. Regardless of the reason, you are not going to be friends with everybody you've been friends with from elementary, middle school, high school, college, and adulthood in 20s. You're not. You are just simply not. People are going to change up on you. People are going to get around a new set of friends and may feel like it's just no longer the vibe with you anymore. But don't take it personal, because guess what? You might be the person that's feeling that way about your old crew. You're also going to learn about snakes in the grass, any previous insecurities and jealousies people were hiding on you, because guess what? Y'all are in a new arena, a new set of life. School is over. You're not in a confined building where people feel obligated to sit with you at lunch or to talk to you. They don't feel that obligation anymore. College campuses are huge, especially if they live in a city. Oh, they don't have to deal with you like that no more, but that's okay. People develop different interests with age and experience. So it's normal for people to want to be around people with new like-minded interests as opposed to what they used to do. And again, these true colors are going to come out in a new setting. So don't be surprised if it happens. Any insecurities or previous jealousies are going to resurface at this time because people feel free. They don't feel so chained down to the mystique of what you thought was a loyal friendship. So in essence, situations change your interaction with each other. Now, if this is a true ride or die and y'all have that history, you'll be able to overcome any lack of communication or non-communication. You'll be able to link back up. If it was not that genuine and maybe y'all only had a couple things that kept y'all together in the beginning, then that one is more likely to fizzle out as opposed to someone who was truly your day one. Y'all are still going to be in touch regardless. And if you choose to go parting ways, it'll be a mutual decision. It won't just be, you don't hear from that person no more. Number 4. Instant responsibility. Now, unless you are a kept teenager, you know that you got parents and uncles and godparents and everything doing everything for you. It's all about to be all on you. Even if you were not going off to college, you might be leaving the nest, you might be getting your apartment, you might be moving in with a friend. It doesn't matter. These responsibilities are all on you now. And it happens very quickly. And some people who are not properly prepared for this are going to fail and hit the ground hard and not necessarily running. They're going to get up, but they're going to hit the ground first. So that means all of the organization that needs to go on with keeping up with your paperwork and all of your school work, your job, that's on you now. Household chores, that's on you. Laundry, dishes, that's on you. Everybody doesn't have a maid. And when you're going off to college in a dorm, you ain't going to have a maid there either. You're going to have all these tasks to keep up with, all your errands, all your school work, the responsibility to get to and from a job. That's also all going to be on you unless you have outside help. So that means you got to arrange the Uber and Lyft rides to here and there. You got to get up on time. You got to look after yourself. You got to feed yourself, clean yourself, clothe yourself. All of that is on you. You should be prepared for this by now, but if not, you're in for a rude awakening. You're also going to get these magical things that pop up every single month in your email saying, hey, this is due on 1/12 of 2019 for the amount of $32.13. These are called bills. These are also going to be yours. And if you're going off to college and the loans are in your name, you're going to be responsible to pay Sally Mae when the time is up. And some people do not take advantage of paying off Sally Mae while they're in school. So that's something you want to consider as well. It's all on you. You might as well get a head start. But being on your own, there's going to be a lot of new obligations and tasks that have your name attached to it. There is no security blanket when being grown. This is all on you. And you got to prepare for that. So if you are in high school, just keep all of that in mind so it's not such of a cultural shock when all of this stuff starts kind of just blanketing down on you. But there is no security blanket. Again, this is all about you. And it's not always a smooth transition. If you were somebody who always had help, who always had a parent, an auntie, or a godmother, a mentor, always coddling you and carrying your hand, and then you're thrown into this new situation, it can be very scary. So you want to make sure that you're taking these things seriously and that you are preparing for them. Number 3, there is no manual. When you get grown, there is no manual. It's pretty much just you figuring out what works best for you. And people find their road to successful adulthood differently. You got to learn how to learn from other people's mistakes, learn from your own mistakes, and learn to not do it again. Really process those, cherish them. What led to you getting those mistakes in the first place? So that way you can really learn about how to avoid those in the future. And try to learn from other people's mistakes as well. If something didn't work for somebody in a similar situation to you, then you really might want to consider avoiding that altogether. You might want to consider that. But you pretty much, when you get grown, you learn as you go. You figure it out on your own and you just do it. But you want to keep in mind that things that work for some people are not going to work for everybody. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error. But you want to embrace that trial and error because once you conquer that, you're good. You never have to go through it again. Moving on. Number 2. Financial freedom must be earned. If non-existent, you must develop a healthy relationship with money. And you also need to implement money management skills early on if you have not already mastered that. That means incorporating a strong budget and sticking to it. That means having a savings regimen. That means taking pride in the money that you earn and saving it for a rainy day and being responsible with any money that you are earning. And you also don't want to listen to people who are not savvy with their own money. If you don't see any successful other young people around your age handling money and handling business, paying bills, staying out of debt, then you might not want to listen to somebody who has $100,000 in debt, who was getting money to pay it back and did not. You can't learn from people who are not doing better than you. That's just a fact. You've got to learn how to take care of your responsibilities first. And that also means saving first. So you should be paying bills and you should be putting money aside in your savings account for a rainy day or for emergency fund, because emergencies do not give you a warning. Emergencies just happen and then you've got to deal with them. You've got to pick up the pieces and keep it moving. But lastly, I would say you definitely want to prioritize your income accordingly. And I do have a great video about budgeting. If you are interested, I'll make sure I put it up right here so you all can take advantage of that. How to budget, how to save money. These things are going to be very important for you. You want to take that seriously and you want to be proactive as opposed to trying to pick up the pieces after college along with finding a job. This is like one of the last things that you want to be stressed out about. So keep that in mind. And number one, it's real. It's real. It's super real. It's real. There's no way to get around it. Life presents itself in the rawest form. There are no heroes that are going to just magically fall from the sky and save you from these hardships when they occur. It is all up to you. This is your life. You are responsible for your own happiness and your own self-esteem. You're responsible for finding your own way to financial freedom. And this is all up to you to take these tools that people who want to help you present to you and make them work for you. All right? So I hope you all learned something today. This is going to be the end of our video. The 7 things that people don't tell you about when you get grown. Kind of wish somebody told me these things when I was in high school, but hey, better late than never. So Generation Z, I hope you're happy. Even millennials, I hope you got a little reminiscing, a little nostalgia down memory lane, because you know, unfortunately, even in school, you can go to all the seminars you go to the college events and all the fairs, and nobody tells you these things. So, all right, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Happy Sunday.